إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من أطاعه فقد رشد واهتدى ومن عصاه فقد ضل وغوى ولا يضر إلا نفسه ولن يضر الله شيئا أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تلهكم أموالكم ولا أولادكم عن ذكر الله ومن يفعل ذلك فأولئك هم الخاسرون وأنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي أحدكم الموت فيقول رب لولا أخرتني إلى أجل قريب فأصدق وأكن من الصالحين ولن يؤخر الله نفسا إذا جاء أجلها والله خبير بما تعملون. أيها الإخوة والأخوات في الإسلام, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, these are the last ayat of Surah Al-Munafiqun. O believers, your wealth, your children should not make you forgetful from the remembrance of Allah. And the person who does that, they are the losers. Spend out of what we have given you before the death approaches one of you. Then he would say, "O my Lord, why not you give me a respite for another term? So I give sadaqah and I become among the pious." Allah is not going to delay any soul when its term comes, and Allah knows whatever you do. During this period of lockdown, which is almost now 3 months, something which is seen and witnessed by all the people, death. So many people, hundreds of thousands of people have died. Every day the news was how many people died in this country, in other countries, as if there was a competition in the count of deaths. More than that, we have seen how many great scholars of Islam have died during this period. Maybe among your kith and kin, your relatives. I know from among my own relatives who have passed away during this period. So what is the lesson from that phenomenon? This is what has been explained in this ayah. Your wealth and your children should not make you forgetful on the remembrance of Allah. You will see in Al-Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, wherever He mentions wealth and children, mal and awlad. Mal comes first, Awlad comes later. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la tulhikum amwalukum wala awladukum. Money first and then children. Innama amwalukum wa awladukum fitnah wallahu indahu ajrun azim. Indeed, your mal, your wealth and your children is a fitna, is a trial, and with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a great, great reward. Al-malu wal-banuna zinatul hayati dunya wal-baqiyatu salihatu khayrun inda rabbika sawaban wa khayrun amala. Wealth and sons, they are the beauty of this worldly life. But remember, al-baqiyatu salihat, al-baqiyatu salihat, those good actions which are going to remain after you, they are better for you in the reward and in your hopes. So this is how in Quran, in so many places, in the very same way, whenever jihad is mentioned, you will always find that mal is mentioned first and your soul later. Jahidu bi amwalikum wa anfusikum fi sabilillah. الذين يجاهدون في سبيل الله بأموالهم وأنفسهم وجاهدوا بأموالكم وأنفسكم. Do jihad with your mal, with your money and with your nafs, with your soul. There it is very obvious to understand that jihad, especially going to the battlefield, is not an easy job. So people can't do it with their souls. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has started with the easiest one. The easiest one is do jihad with your money. Equip bal mujahideen. Give sadaqah for mujahideen. And jihad is of so many kinds. So the person who has done this type of jihad, then the greater jihad, the bigger jihad, jihad of the soul, yani taking yourself for that jihad, that becomes easy as well. But here is the matter of acquiring the money and spending the money. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned mal first here because to acquire money is easy than to acquire or than to have children. Of course, if you want children, you have to marry, and some people they have to wait a long time until they marry. They don't find an appropriate match for them. But as far as mal is concerned, yes, they can do trade, they can have money. So this money is going to distract them from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then children as well. Innama amwalukum wa awladukum fitna. Your money, your awlads, your children becomes a trial for you. And because of them, because of their good future, better future, you work from dawn to dusk. But you don't give them proper attention in the matter of religion. You don't grow them into Islam. Here in this country, sometimes we are very happy to hear that many people are entering into Islam. But there is something else. There are statistics which show that there is a phenomenon of people leaving Islam. Deserters of Islam, there are many as well. Just look around. You will find families where you will find someone, one of the children has deserted Islam completely. Not only deserting Islam, but accepting something which is not acceptable in Islam at all. So many examples. Who is responsible? You can say, no, I am not responsible. As a father, I am not responsible. No, you are responsible. Our Prophet ﷺ said, "Kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyatihi." Every one of you is a shepherd, and he is responsible of his flock. You are the shepherd of your family. What tarbiyah you have given to your children when they were in a tender age, that tender age in which whatever is taught to them, that is going to mark on their heads like marking in the stone. Did you do that? Why not you check yourself? Lockdown was a great opportunity for people to think and reflect. They used to say, "Oh, I am busy. I am busy. I am busy in my trade. I am busy in my office. I am busy in my job." But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has brought this opportunity for the people to be imprisoned in their own houses. Great opportunity is given to them. No work, no job. Many people were not doing any job at all. So how did you avail that opportunity? Check yourself. Are you waiting for those people who died? What Quran have you remembered or memorized in that period? The Prophet ﷺ has said that the chest where there is no Quran is just like a ghost house. Of course, as Muslims, many of us, they know Surah Al-Fatiha and some short surah. But did you try to increase your assets of Al-Quran? And it was not difficult. Just to memorize one ayah each day, 2 ayah each day, 3 ayah each day was not difficult at all. Have you read any book of hadith? 90 days of lockdown. In 90 days, how many chapters of hadith you could have read? I am just saying about those people who did not do anything. But those who have done, they are blessed people. They are fortunate people. They did not waste their time in just watching movies and wasting their time in playing cards. No. If they were reading books like the books of hadith, books of seerah, mashallah, they have done good. Similarly, you were very near to your children. You got a great opportunity to sit with them. Hours and hours you were with them. And children, they imitate whatever their parents do. When you stand for prayer, don't you see that a kid, maybe 1 year old, 1.5 years old, will come and stand with you? And then he will try to prostrate, do sujood. Even if you are not doing sujood, he will do sujood. How? Why? Because he is learning from you. He is imitating you. You are the example. Be a good example. This is why the Prophet ﷺ said, "Ma nahala walidun waladahu khayran min adabin hasan." A father can't give a better gift to his child than the good manners. Al-adabul hasan, good manners. So that was a great opportunity for you. And I would say, until you die, you got this opportunity. Because these children are the one, if you have given them good tarbiyah, they are the one who are going to make dua for you, supplication for you, good actions for you. I was listening to one Sheikh, Arab speakers. He mentioned 2 stories. He said that a man died, he got 3 sons. And he was a millionaire. He left millions of riyals. So each child was receiving about 15 to 16 million riyal. $4 million each. So this Sheikh said that when I went to visit the family, the children were there, the sons were there. I said to them that your father, did he leave any will for any charity work? Because you are allowed to leave 1/3, not more than 1/3 of your assets, of your tariqah, of your inheritance for charity. Have you got any will of your father? They said no. So the father did not do a will at all. So Sheikh said to them, all right, I just asked you, each one of you give me 200,000 riyal, just 200,000 riyal each one of you, and with that money we are going to build a mosque in the name of your father. That will become a sadaqah on behalf of your father. Now each son is looking at the other one. What do you say? And then they say to him, Insha'Allah, Insha'Allah, khair, Insha'Allah, khair, 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 Insha'Allah. And he said that not even a penny they gave for that purpose, not even a penny. Just look at the father and what tarbiyah he has given to his sons. All his life he was acquiring, piling up this money. And this is why our Prophet ﷺ said, Ibn Adam says, Mali, Mali, my money, my money. وَمَا مَالُكَ إِلَّا مَا أَكَلْتَ فَأَفْنَيْتَ وَلَبِسْتَ فَأَبْلَيْتَ وَتَصَدَّقْتَ فَأَمْضَيْتَ. What is your real money? Whatever you have eaten, that is absorbed in your body. Whatever you wear, that is what you have benefited from. And whatever sadaqah you have given, that is your deposit. فَأَمْضَيْتَ, that is your deposit. So the person did not make any deposit. And his sons are like him. They did not think that our father who has left such a great amount of money for us, why not from each person has to give only 200,000 riyal. But they were not ready to do that. Do you want this type of sons and children? Just think about it. The other story, he said that another person who was a very wealthy person, he died and there were no relative behind him, no parents, no children, no wife. He was the only person. So the matter went to the court and they tried to find out any relatives, even far relative, from the uncle side, from the grandfather side. So after looking into his family history, they found that there were 3 persons from the side of his grandfather, not from the side of his uncle. So they become his cousin, far cousin from the father's side. They found 3 of them. So they were summoned to the court and they are coming trembling. Why we are summoned to the court? We did nothing. And then Qadi spoke to them. Do you know that you got any relative who died very recently? They said, no, we don't know. You don't know any person who in your family died? He said, no, we don't know. All right, what about this person by this name? Then he said, oh, he is our relative, but not a near relative, a far relative. He did not visit us, we never visited him. He did not come to our moments of sorrow and happiness, and we did not go for him. So there is no relation between us. And they said, what happened to him? Qadi said, he died. He said, Allahumma aghfirullah, khalas, Allahumma aghfirullah, may Allah forgive him. Then the Qadi told them, but he has left a great amount of wealth, also in millions. And each one of you is going to inherit this type of money, around 30 million riyal each. One of them was about to fall unconscious with such a great news. The other one was looking like a mad person. Oh, such a big fortune came to them, hit them at that time. They could not control even themselves. That was the money which they received. And then the Qadi also asked the other person, have this person got any wasiyah? Yes, no will at all. All the money would go to these three gentlemen. This Sheikh who is giving this story, he was present there as well. He might be a friend of the Qadi. He said to them the same question. He asked them the same question. You people, you are getting this money without any effort at all. Just give me 200,000 each, 200,000 riyal, not dollars, 200,000 riyals. And let us make a mosque in the name of that person. What was their answer? One of them saying, oh, I got a lot of loan upon me, I can't afford it. The other is saying, oh, I got a big family, I can't afford it. The third one, I got a big loss in my trade, I can't afford it. Look, the greediness among the people for the money. They took the money, the check, each one of them received the check and they went. Now what happened that this Sheikh invited his guest, his friend, on a feast. On that feast, he met one of his old friends who was told about the deaths of that person. He did not know about it. So when he knew about the death of that person, he said to the Sheikh, that person has died. Do you know if he got any will, any legacy behind him, any wasiyah behind him? Sheikh said no. Qazi did not know about any wasiyah at all. He said, but I got his wasiyah with me. Because he was my very good friend and he made a wasiyah. He said 1/3 of my assets would be given to the charity. And this wasiyah is with me. And it has been stamped and verified by the court as well. What happened? That verification of this will was needed. So he left the wasiyah with me because he was traveling. And during this traveling he died. So I went to the court and I verified it. Sheikh said, hurry up to the Qadi. Let us go to the Qadi and tell him. So Qadi was told about this wasiyah. He summoned these three persons once again. And he said to them, here is the wasiyah of that person. 1/3 of all the wealth is going to go to the charity. So each one of you give me back 1/3 of what he received. So the money which they did not want to give, not a penny by themselves, was taken away from them, lot more than what was required of them. 1/3 from each person. So I would say once again that there are signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in each and every time, signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This pandemic is a sign. It is a ibtila. It is a calamity. It is a musibah. Yes, we know that those people who were good and pious, inshallah, who died because of that, they would be treated as shaheed, considered as shaheed. And those who died on sins, on kufr, their end is waiting for them. But those who are still alive, for them there is a great, great lesson to achieve. Whatever position you hold, whatever status you got, you may be seeking admiration from the people. You may be trying to have a good name among the people. Everything is going to remain here. Your status, your name and fame, everything is going to remain here. When you go to your grave, you will go with your actions, with your good actions. Try to acquire these good actions before the term ends for you, as it has ended for so many of us. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي هدانا للإسلام وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. أما بعد، فإن الله يقول في القرآن المجيد: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم حبب إلينا الإيمان وزينه في قلوبنا وكره إلينا الكفر والفسوق والعصيان واجعلنا من الراشدين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أذل الشرك والمشركين. اللهم انصر من نصر دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم واجعلنا منهم، واخذل من خذل دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا تجعلنا منهم. اللهم اخذل الكفر الفجرة الملاحدة الذين يعرضون عن اتباع دينك وسنة نبيك. اللهم شتت شملهم وفرق جمعهم. اللهم أنزل بهم بأسك الذي لا ترده عن القوم المجرمين. اللهم ارض عن جميع المسلمين والمسلمات المؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات، وعن جميع الصحابة والصحابيات ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. عباد الله يرحمكم الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله تعالى أعلى وأولى وأعز وأجل وأتم وأكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. My dear brothers, just a note for your attention that inshallah we hope that from the beginning of July the mosque is going to be opened, but with all those precautions which are needed in this pandemic era. So read all the guidelines which are given by the mosque. It is displayed everywhere outside the mosque, on the walls, on the gates, and even in the surrounding shops as well. So with these precautions you would be able to attend as-salah and also Salatul Jumu'ah as well. Jazakumullah khairan.